So Ben Hansen just released some really cool UFO videos. They're called the Firefly UAP of Wisconsin, and they are highly intriguing. Now, I've got some thoughts on this that may differ from the norm, and I think this very likely shows the evolution of the phenomenon itself, or at least its ongoing and changeable nature. And I will illustrate what I mean. Get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and as I'm going through the story, please comment below and let me know what you think. Oh, and by the way, if I sound a little nasally, I'm getting over a little case of COVID I had over the weekend. Yeah, so Ben Hansen released these really intriguing videos, or this one particular video, and then he has another video that's very similar to that seems to show the same sorts of ships or the same type of phenomenon, where you see these bright streaks or objects, whatever they are, moving very fast across the sky. So what are those things? Well, I've got some thoughts. But first, before I get to that, let me show you the video.
What the hell is that?
That is awesome. Watch. Look at. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at. Come on, show us more. I want to see more. Come on.
Let's watch that again.
What the hell is that?
That is awesome. Watch. Look at. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Look at. Come on, show us more. I want to see more. Come on.
I told you that Ben also released another video showing a very similar type of situation where you have very similar craft or objects, whatever they are, moving across the sky and in a very similar manner. So let's check that out. I think we need to see that again, too. Intriguing, right? Well, Ben and his partner, his research assistant, they go out of their way to debunk the idea that these could be spotlights. They spend quite a lot of time in digging into that, and fairly doing a credible job of debunking that idea. A follower of Cosmic Road actually sent me a link to the famous Mexican UFO researcher who had a compilation of similar UFOs or UAP. Are we going to call them the Firefly UAPs now? I guess that's as good a name as any. And I watched that full video. Very interesting. I did not make a video of it or really comment on it because they look so much like spotlights. I mean, they looked like spotlights. Some of them may have been. And, you know, until I saw Ben Hansen's fairly thorough rebuke of that idea, of that narrative, of that debunk, I assume they almost had to be spotlights. But I've also been thinking about that interesting UFO video I shared a few weeks ago that many people ascribed to spotlights. But it showed a distinct shape with these little spokes coming off of it. It did not look like anything a spotlight could have generated. And it moved like these things. So to me, that seems like we are witnessing a new type of phenomenon. Or phenomenon. But I think it's more interesting than that because we are only seeing these things after the advent of very sophisticated spotlights that could replicate a lot of this activity. So let me just take you on a journey through time. All right, here it goes. Back in the old days, people would go missing and, come back with these fantastic stories about going to other places. And sometimes, children would go missing, whatever. And so you have the changelings and the fairies. And so that may have been how the phenomenon manifested back then or represented itself to people. And Jacques Vallée is the one who really brought that idea to prominence. In the 1800s, you have the airships, the fantastic airships, were these crazy zeppelins on acid, where these people from Venus, supposedly, or Mars, would set down out of these crazy steampunk, floating castles, these airships, and, ask for a cup of sugar or whatever. Just, stop to chat with the farmers. At that time, hot air balloons was an evolving technology. And so it was something that people could wrap their minds around. Then later on, we get to the 40s and 50s and the UFO sightings then, and you get these very solid, nuts and bolts looking, look like something you could make in your backyard kind of UFOs. The George Adamski kind of UFOs. So, then later down the line, you get, the triangles, and you get more sophisticated, sleek, more modern looking UFOs that seem to correspond to human society. And that's what this whole thing is. It's the evolution of the phenomenon, or at least in how it represents itself to people. So what do we get in the modern era? Well, we have very sophisticated spotlights. So it replicates itself, or it reveals itself, manifests itself in a way that we could almost more or less duplicate. And that has been its pattern throughout. It shows itself to you in a way that you can understand and even debunk. I think it's really interesting. It gives you the option to debunk it. If you don't want to believe it, if you don't have your mind open to it, it's a spotlight. If your mind is open to it, you look at the full range of testimony. In this case, like the Ben Hansen video, when they were seeing the Firefly UAP over Wisconsin, well, what they saw at first were owls. That's right. Driving along in their car, they see some weird owls flying overhead. Then the weird lights come, and the lights come in waves as they're driving along. And finally they stop and start taking a video. And it's only after they take a video that the waves of lights stop. So what does that mean? Well, I don't know, but the idea, I suppose, would be they are revealing themselves to us, but they are giving us an out. They are giving us an out. They are saying, here we are, here's what we can do, but you know what? If you don't want to believe in us, it's a spotlight. We're not trying to break your brain. We're trying to open your mind. At least that's my take on it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Please smash the subscribe button and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. Please join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. And please, if you enjoy these videos, please consider supporting the channel by becoming a channel member. See the first line in the description below, and there's 2 tiers of membership to receive exclusive access in videos. Until next time, this is Jack with Cosmic Road.